What's up, squad? It's your Squid, aka the Anxious Squid, here at Anxious Squid Productions. You already know what the video is about, but I'm going to use this time at the start to, say thanks to those guys. They help the channel out, they help me out with money and whatnot each month. Check the links in the description to see how you can get your name in that list. And yeah, we'll just get straight into it, shall we? The craziest NASCAR race to never finish by the iceberg. Let's jump in. As always, guys, thanks for clicking on the title or the thumbnail or whatever it was that led you here. This guy's an awesome content creator. Some of the best stuff I've reacted to has been made by this guy. So, as always, if you haven't, or if you don't want to watch my video, you don't want to watch my reactions and stuff, you just want to see what's there, go click the link in the description, give him a sub, give him a like. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do what I do without awesome content creators like him. So, the craziest NASCAR race to never finish. Let's do it.
NASCAR has had its fair share of crazy, wild, and wacky moments. While we've seen crazy moments, crazy stories, and just plain crazy all-around atmosphere at races, I'd say and argue that there may not be much that could compare or beat out a race like the 2007 LifeLock 400 at the Kansas Speedway.
All right.
Kansas, to this point in time, hadn't really been exactly the most eventful of tracks in comparison. A close finish in 2004 and a fuel mileage crawling Tony Stewart victory the year before in 2006 topped the list for most remembered races at the mile-and-a-half facility. It was a far cry from the championship wildcard race that this year's edition would become. In 2007, the chase for the NASCAR Nextel Cup had expanded from 10 to 12 drivers, and it had come with an extremely close championship battle.
Was that
Jeff Gordon
and Martin or whatever it was?
Leader, but only by 2 points over Tony Stewart.
Ah, Tony Stewart, never
Jimmy
mind.
Johnson, and 10 over Kyle
Wow,
Busch.
that's super fucking
Clint
close.
Boyer was only 18 back. Carl Edwards trailed by 28, Martin Truex Jr. by 46, and Jeff Burton by only 75. Overall, the top 11 were within one race of points out of the lead. This race would be pivotal on who would continue on to compete for the 2007 championship.
These rock stars, honestly.
For this windy September day, the rain was in the area as well. It may have had to be a race to the halfway point. So, as the green flag flew under the overcast skies, the intensity immediately ramped up. Unfortunately, they only made it to lap 13 before mist brought out a yellow flag.
That's rough.
The mist would intensify into rain and eventually bring out the red flag. Luckily, the red flag didn't last for relatively too long, and before the fans knew it, the cars were back on the track, and this would lead to the first major incident of the race.
The car tomorrow.
What's happened there? Oh, he's just lost it.
It looks like Junior just gave
Just lost a front right tire, maybe?
Kind of helped pick his speed up, and then lifted the back of his car up, and he just flat lost control of it.
That's unfortunate.
It's like a snowplow. Gets under the back of the car and just lifts the rear wheels right off the ground.
Brutal.
Junior's using that top lane. He's got all the...
The fact that it was Dale Earnhardt Jr. crashing Kyle Busch was especially intriguing due to the events of the 2007
Is that why heaps of people hate Kyle Busch? Because he and Dale Earnhardt Jr. had a
May
thing?
of 2007 that he was leaving his father's team in DEI. And only a month and a half later, he announced that he would be driving for Hendrick Motorsports in 2008. And after some time of having to decide between Casey Mears and Kyle Busch, Hendrick eventually let go of Busch, who would later sign with Joe Gibbs Racing for 2008. Unsurprisingly, Busch and Earnhardt saw different perspectives of the Kansas situation.
I just gave him a lane to try to let him go on the outside because I knew he was going to have a run off the corner, and I got run in the back of and spun.
Gave him a lane. Where? Where is the lane you gave him?
I just gave him a lane to try to let him go on the outside because I knew he was going to have a run off the corner, and I got run in the back of and spun out down the back straightaway for absolutely no reason, and it was, a pretty stupid move on his part.
Oh, fuck off, Carl.
I'm sure these guys that he's going to be working with next year don't really appreciate this because they've got a championship they can win this year and he doesn't. So, I don't know what he was thinking really or what the problem was, but
maybe you're the problem, you little goatee having fuckhead.
such a great job. We had an awesome car.
I've never met a person with a goatee in their early 20s or whatever.
Cruising there, riding around, minding my own business on the bottom, and just got run.
If you have a goatee, you're a nice person. Like, I'm not going to finish. I will finish that sentence, actually. I've never met a young person with a goatee that I liked. Like, it's always that fucking, like, cocky, jockey sort of fucking douchebaggery, you know? Like, the K-Feds of the world. But, like, I don't know. I'm sure K-Fed's a nice guy, actually, in reality.
And he was going by me. And,
also, how come he didn't get a fucking massive payout, right? Like, this fucking Bill Gates' wife, right? Like, as if she fucking helped invent fucking shit with Microsoft. She gets, you know, however many billion just because she was sucking the right dick. And fucking, how come K-Fed doesn't get half of Britney's? Anyway, I don't know. That's me being sexist. I'm sure she contributed somehow. She didn't. She just... Anyway. Fucking... If What's-Her-Face Gates gets billions, K-Fed should have got millions. Anyway.
I was letting him go, or really wasn't racing him hard. And I thought he's going to run the inside down off the 2 and run the middle back straightaway there for a second, so I could stay in the gas. He's going to run back by him. And he moved up, and I had time to get out of it, but I just couldn't get it done. But so it's all my fault. I was screaming as he was down on an apron trying to gather it up. I was hollering for him to save it, but looks like he got fishtailing and spun it out. So I think the first thing Tony Jr. has to do when he goes over there to work in a couple weeks is tear that car apart, and that's too bad. But you know, anything those guys need, that's the last guy I want to run into, last team I want to have to put out. Those guys are trying to make the chase, and I know how hard it is to try to win these championships, and that didn't help.
More chaser trouble came from Dale Jr.'s teammate and title contender Martin Truex Jr.
All right.
Who would have a flat tire as well. For the next large chunk of the race, it really spread out into a normal-looking Kansas race. Very few incidents and multi-groove racing. But unlike most Kansas races, there was still the threat of rain.
All right, to be fair, because I might get cancelled for my Gates comments, right? So we'll get in there, right? It doesn't matter what fucking ugly bits you have, right? What fucking genitalia you have and whatnot. If your fucking spouse makes bank and then you split up, I don't necessarily think you should get half of that bank. That's, you know, and if you do, if there are some people that do, then everyone should. That's what I'm saying, okay? So it's not me hating on women and me hating on, you know, ex people or whatever, and I'm not being an asshole in that sense. The inconsistencies get me. You know what I mean?
Race had hit the halfway mark. This very much could have been the end of the race. The finish could have come at any moment. Kurt Busch was forced to pit, and after he pitted, the lead would go to Tony Stewart. Quickly after that, a lightning strike near the track brought out the yellow flag, and then the rains brought out the red. It looked as though Tony Stewart would steal the win and grab the points lead all in one moment.
Good on him.
But over this red flag, there was no real admittance that the race would be called. The race stoppage lasted for more than 4 hours, though, but the race would restart in the 156th lap.
Okay.
And with this restart, NASCAR had also announced that the race would be shortened, though, from 267 laps to 225.
See, that could play with a lot of people's strategy, though.
Tracks at the time that did not have lights set up. This meant that daylight was an issue, and that it was quickly closing in. The race would restart with now 70 to go. This led to the next turn into this wild and wacky-changing race that it was becoming.
Oh, big wreck. That's not De Benedetto, but it's 21. Unless he's always had that number. He's pretty new. He wasn't driving back then, but that's unfortunate.
These guys are 3 wide off the corners on a real green racetrack. Probably pretty slick. And look at this. We've took out 1, 2 of the chase contenders already.
These 2 chasers were not the first and would not be the last of the championship contenders who would be hit hard by this race.
This morning, he felt that things are good and Tony Stewart is in trouble.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Everyone hoped would not happen, and he has trouble, and he gets the 99 car involved.
That's unfortunate. Gets Wayne Gretzky's car involved.
Right there. Leave him out there. I was worried about that. 10th caution flag today. And Tony Stewart has had a bad day go to worse, and not a great day now for the 99 car because he was caught in that.
Just before this wreck, Greg Biffle had taken the lead from Kevin Harvick, giving him control of the race. As light had become even further of an issue, NASCAR elected to change the final lap again. NASCAR fans didn't know when the race was going to end. At first, it was the normal advertised 267 laps. Then they changed it to 225. And now, they changed it to 210 laps. In all of this, it's important to also note...
They just fucking make shit up as they go along. Hey, NASCAR, like, that's... The more and more videos I watch about this sport, I'm like... Fucking hell. Like imagine halfway through a Super Bowl, like, whatever his name is, Roger Goodell or whatever, comes in over the mic and he's like, oh, actually, guys, we're going to play this game for 60 minutes. Like, fucking what, mate? Like...
The race was finishing on ESPN2, not even ESPN, as ABC had given its local affiliates its allotted airtime. This was a continuation of an already rocky return to ESPN that wouldn't really even itself out until 2011. And for this race, it meant that about half of the audience watching on ABC would not see the final lap.
Wow.
Back to what was going on. With this restart came the last sprint to the finish with 27 to go. Or, at least it looked like.
Yeah, okay. Oh, no. That's unfortunate. Bit of agricultural racing. Couple of pirouettes. Oh, back into oncoming traffic. Oh, thankfully they'd all gone away.
Now this next restart seemed to be the final restart with 23 to go. Greg Biffle once again pulled away, and within the final laps of the race, he had the win in hand, holding a healthy gap over hometown hero Clint Boyer. With 4 to go, though, rookie Juan Pablo Montoya would lead a caution to come out.
How many drivers does it take to fucking wreck a jet dryer?
This would at least lead to a green-white checkered finish. We at least earned an exciting finish to a long and frustrating afternoon. And the fact that the leader of Greg Biffle was iffy on fuel added even more drama to this.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Well,
just seeing if he's going to run out.
All of this would have been if NASCAR elected to try for a green-white checker. But instead, NASCAR decided to finish under the yellow flag due to the darkness. But of course, this finish couldn't go without some form of controversy.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Debris out there. Everything looks very dark looking from a driver's perspective. So, congratulations to Greg Biffle, huh?
Looks like the white flag duck's going to get a checker here.
No, he's going down.
The 37-year-old driver had gone 28 races. His last win was at Homestead at the end of finale of 2006.
But you can't pass under yellow, can you? So...
Biffle takes the win at Kansas Speedway in what was an unbelievable...
That's interesting.
But he doesn't care. Right now, he is a winner in 2007.
Biffle had run out of fuel on the front stretch, and
that makes
to the
sense.
finish line. And he coasted to the finish line behind Boyer, Jimmy Johnson, and Casey Mears. He was not under any power of his own, and under NASCAR rules, it meant that Biffle would be scored in fourth with Clint Boyer scoring the win. Well, at least that's how the rules were, but instead, NASCAR had awarded Greg Biffle the win. An imperfectly perfect way to end such a wild and poorly initiated race. Such was expressed after the race by the competition and had to be explained then by NASCAR itself.
Yeah, he was clearly out of gas. I feel terrible for Greg. He's been working so hard to win a race and is they're in position to win it. But if you don't maintain pace car speed, you don't hold your position. And it was clear to everyone that he couldn't do it. If he could have, he would have stayed on the bumper of the pace car to the finish line. So, in my opinion, where he coasted across the finish line relative to the other cars that could maintain pit road speed is where he should finish.
I don't know what to think.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Finish on your own power across the finish line.
Is he like, what is that upside down 20? Is he number 20? Is he number 2? How does that work anyway?
I don't know what we're supposed to do, but nonetheless, it was a good day for us.
A lot of confusion at the end of this race here, but I'm here with Jim Hunter of NASCAR. And Jim, some drivers are saying, hey, Biffle shouldn't win the race. What's NASCAR's opinion on the situation?
Here's the situation. When the caution comes out like that, the leader of the race has to maintain a reasonable speed.
A reasonable speed or the pace car speed?
In my opinion, in NASCAR's opinion, Greg Biffle did that.
So after seeing all of this, I want to pass this subject now on to you. And I want to ask you, did Greg Biffle actually deserve to be scored as the winner of this race?
I don't know.
Why did he or why did he not? Let me know down below.
Well, I think it comes down to the difference between reasonable speed and pace car speed. If the rules say that you have to maintain the speed of the pace car, he clearly did not do that. You know, if it's a judgment call and it's you have to maintain a reasonable speed, then I guess it's up to whatever that guy's name was, fucking whoever, you know, but yeah, that's an interesting one.
Leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR
Go and do that
content.
as well. Go click his content and stuff.
Have a good one.
Thanks, mate. You have a good one too. Yeah, as always, guys, check out the Iceberg. He's a good content creator. He's commented on a few of my reactions and stuff. G'day, mate. If you're watching, I just poked myself in the eye while I was fucking giving you a little salute. But yeah, no, definitely check out his content. There's a whole bunch of links in the description. His channel is one of them. This video that we just reacted to is one of them, sorry. These guys are the people that support the channel on a financial basis. If you want to do the same, the links are in the description for that as well. I'm going to keep going and keep recording stuff. I'm trying to bulk record and record a whole bunch today so I can drip feed it through to you, but I say that every time I record, so I'm going to shut up and get on with it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you when you look at... Blah, 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 blah. I'll see you when I look at you. You'll see me when you look at me. Thanks for watching, guys.